This is the Armed Service.
The subcommittee will come to order. I ask unanimous consent that the chair be authorized to declare recess at any time. Without objection, so ordered. Well, good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Cyber Innovative Technologies and Information Systems Subcommittee markup for fiscal year FY22 National Defense Authorization Act, the inaugural NDAA markup for this newly established subcommittee. I'd like to express, first of all, my sincerest thanks to both Ranking Member Jim Banks and former Ranking Member Lee Stefanik for their close collaboration on this mark. This legislation was truly crafted in a cooperative, transparent, and bipartisan manner, and I appreciate the hard work and valuable input of all of our subcommittee members throughout this bill cycle. I'd also like to thank our subcommittee professional staff, Michael, Sarah, Bess, Josh, Troy, Chris, and Caroline, as well as my MLA, Caroline, and also a military fellow, Julianne, without whom this mark would certainly not be possible. This year's mark makes substantial progress in key areas of innovation, technology transition, and emerging areas of competition, including the information domain and electromagnetic spectrum. This legislation improves the transition of science and technology across the Valley of Death. It strengthens the department's digital engineering and testing enterprise and improves access to innovative talent and technology. In particular, I'm proud of the focus this mark places on fostering the department's ability to shepherd and assist creative companies that are seeking to do business with the department. It enhances the department's ability to responsibly work with such innovators to bring new ideas and capabilities into the department. The mark also helps to streamline the department's ability to ensure electromagnetic spectrum superiority and requires that the department identify, inventory, and where appropriate, retire legacy information technology assets, thus reducing our vulnerability in cyberspace. This subcommittee remains committed to ensuring that the technologies shaping today and tomorrow, including biotechnology, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, continue to mature and ultimately are applied across the defense enterprise. I'm proud not just of the work the subcommittee has accomplished in the MARC, further strengthening our military, conducting rigorous oversight of the Department of Defense, and ensuring that our men and women in uniform never enter a fair fight, but also that we have done so in a comprehensively bipartisan manner, balancing equities from members across the Armed Services Committee to achieve a successful outcome. This does not mean this does not happen by accident. It happens. It takes the commitment and engagement of each and every member of the subcommittee. So again, thank you to all members and their staff for their hard work and engagement throughout this process. Despite the incredibly challenging circumstances under which the subcommittee has operated in this Congress due to COVID-19 pandemic, I am eagerly proud, extremely proud of this, of what we've been able to accomplish together. And with that, I'll now turn to my ranking member, Mr. Banks, for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've learned so much from you in a short period of time, and I appreciate your leadership on this committee. I also want to thank my predecessor, former ranking member Elise Stefanik, I know who is on the screen, as well, for all of her hard work in laying the groundwork for this markup that's being done in such a bipartisan way today. Future conflicts will be defined by cyber and emerging technologies. However, the United States will forfeit our advantage if we fail to acknowledge that fact and act now. We also must invest in securing our networks, weapons, and other assets that will leave us vulnerable. To maintain our superiority in this time of great power competition, we must back up our words with actions, and that's exactly what we're doing today. I believe the mark this subcommittee is putting forward today is a positive step, accelerating innovation and improving our security posture. Innovation can be found across our country, not only traditional innovation centers, but all across the United States of America, which is why I've advocated in this markup for an expansion of the work of the Defense Innovation Unit to work in regions where it doesn't currently work, and I'm proud that this markup will allow for that to happen. Many pioneering companies, as well as the warfighters who expect new and innovative technologies, are frustrated by the valley of death that they experience in the innovation process in working with the Department of Defense. The problem must be clearly defined so that Congress and the Department can work together to resolve it, and I'm proud that in this markup we make huge steps towards solving the valley of death. There are many great provisions in this markup that our members can be proud of, and it's why I'm proud to support it. With that, Mr. Chairman, again, I appreciate your leadership, and I yield back.
I thank the ranking members for his comments and, again, his close collaboration on the mark. We will now proceed to mark up H.R. 4350, the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2022. Without objection, the first reading of the bill is dispensed with. Copies of our subcommittee mark and director report language were made available and distributed to member offices on Monday, July 26th. Is there any discussion or questions on the subcommittee mark? Hearing none, if there's no further discussion, the chair lays before the members the text of the subcommittee mark for consideration. Without objection, the mark is open to amendment at any point. Okay. Are there any amendments to the subcommittee mark? Hearing none, the question now occurs on the adoption of the mark. So many of us are in favor. We'll say aye. 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 Those opposed, no.
Aye.
The ayes have it, and the mark is adopted. The chair will now recognize the gentlelady from Pennsylvania, the vice chair of the committee, Ms. Houlihan, for the purpose of a motion.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. I think my job is to say I move that we vote for this, but I don't know the proper words for that. Is there a set of words that I should be using?
If you were just to move that the subcommittee report the mark favorably to the full committee.
I move that the subcommittee report the mark favorably to the full committee.
Thank the gentlelady. The question is on the motion of the gentlewoman from Pennsylvania, Ms. Houlihan. So many as are in favor will say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. A quorum being present, the ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. And without objection, the motion is laid upon the table. Without objection, members have 5 legislative days within which to submit written statements into the record. So ordered. I also ask unanimous consent that the staff be authorized to make necessary conforming technical and clerical changes and to remove from the mark provisions that would cause the mark to refer to other committees or would result in additional direct spending. So without objection, so ordered. With that, I just want to then thank members and staff for the extraordinary collaboration and hard work that was put into our oversight function over the this past year. Also, everything that went into developing the mark, and I thank you all again. With that, being no further legislative business before the subcommittee, this meeting is adjourned.